Good
morning.
Sorry, I should do it when you're already sitting. Sorry.
What video?
I got this video now. It's different. Let me do it again.
Good morning.
Oh my god.
You start.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nas blazing.
And it's Raph, and he's the rapper. I'm the videographer, and welcome to this new episode of the Cheatcoders. And we have a special guest. He's not my mic holder. He is my mate, and his name is
Eljay. I am holding the mic though, but
He's gonna be the mic holder.
you in my house and I'm holding the mic and shit.
Feel comfortable.
This is actually working
Next
out
to my
really
pool
well.
right here.
Yeah,
I messed up with the whole setup. We were supposed to have a mic each, but this works.
you guys should get like desk mic stands. that shit exists, doesn't it?
No, my
Yeah.
Like Swift, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If
The
you like,
crane thing, the whole, and you can flip it over like
we'll
radio
invest.
styles.
Well, this is the beginning of the podcast
Yeah, for now,
era
it's
for
just
us.
this.
So we're so makeshift. So hopefully in the future we're gonna have like this round table full of 5-10 people, each of them with microphones and a mic
We do
stand.
have video now, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so
You
see
could
what we're
even, you
doing.
could even switch it up, have like headphones and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Straight up DJ stuff.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're our first guest that people are gonna see.
Yeah, we had guests before, but that was in the audio only era. This is the video era of our podcast.
Taylor.
And you're our first guest.
Yeah.
sweet.
How do you
Oh,
feel
man.
about that?
First
How's it
fresh
make you
face.
feel? How's it
Good,
make you
no, it
feel
feels
though?
good. It feels good.
But in the last episode, we had to scrap it because we were fishing.
Yeah,
we had the video rolling.
We
on
had
that
a
one,
we had a
yeah.
podcast with Eljay, and then instead we had to scrap it. It's gonna be probably in the lost episodes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and leak some episodes, the lost
Try to
episodes. Yeah.
fix it or whatever.
That was good, but like I remember we went through some good content.
Some good
on
content,
there. Yeah,
but there
well,
was just way too much.
because we were fishing.
Oh no,
we
not
were
heavy
at-
breathing. A lot of wind.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had this awesome idea that we'll go fishing, and we hit up the spot that we always go to in Bobbinhead, and like we went there. It was a nice day, like a day that you would normally go fishing.
Like it was a
today.
good idea.
and it was
At
a good
start, we're
idea.
like, yeah.
But it was just
Fish.
way too windy. There was too many distractions. Like we'd be mid conversation, and then Raph's rod would just go.
You know what it
I
is?
disappeared from the podcast in the middle of
He
it.
was gone for like pretty much half of it. And then it became me and LJ talking.
We
and
had
then
there was
just
like
me.
a good half an hour of just me
Yeah.
and Nats talking shit.
And like, you know what that exactly proves though? Because in our mind, right, it was a good idea. We were mixing two of our favorite things. Well, our favorite things that we started:
Fishing,
podcast and
podcast.
podcast. So we're like, okay, that's a good idea. It just proves that guys just can't multitask.
No, we
need to be-
no, we
I don't
did,
think-
we did. It's
Nah, I don't know, man.
if it
It's
wasn't
too
for the
hard,
win,
bro.
if it wasn't for the win, I reckon it would have been alright.
I don't know, man.
Because there's all
Like
part
I
of
was
the
anxious. Half
experience,
the
you
time
know,
I'm
like
this, and I'm like,
Raph disappears, you know what I mean, and then he comes back. And
Well, the moral of that story was that me and Nats, we can't focus on multiple things.
I can't. I'm telling you now. After that, I was like, I just couldn't get my points. Like the only time it got good is literally when we just like, nah, let's talk. And then, and then Raph disappeared, obviously. Cause
where multitasking failed that day was when you were making music. You had the rod and shit.
Yeah, I was trying to mix a
tracks.
song that I made. So I had my laptop. I'm like, that's a good idea. I cast out, put the rod between my legs. I'm trying to mix. It just looks stupid. It just didn't work. It just didn't work out.
Everyone's full like, just casually fishing and stuff. This guy's on his computer.
And it was like
with
antisocial
the
and shit. I'm
headphones.
like, hey guys, yeah, let's meet up. We can bond and shit. We can catch up. And I got headphones on, looking at a screen, and my rod's like out here. And they're like, oh.
Yeah, you even
Put it
asked me to
down.
bait your rod and shit. You didn't want to get your
Can't my hands
laptop
dirty.
dirty.
Can you paint my rod?
That's hilarious. But yeah. Moral: men generally can't multitask. As my wife can attest to that.
Is this the direction we're going?
I think we're going
that.
You can say that. Do you agree? I think maybe you be the type that can multitask.
No, like if I disagree, it'd probably just be like an ego masculinity thing. You know what I mean? And you'd be like,
things at once,
yeah.
multitask.
Watch this shit. You hold the mic. Hold the
See, I'm holding the mic and I'm speaking.
Yeah.
Multitask. No, but like in terms of sometimes I won't be able to communicate while driving, while doing something else.
Yeah.
Or like when my wife would want me to cook and then do something else as well, or whichever. So it depends on the thing, but like me personally, I think I can't multitask.
That's what I admire about like girls can like just do multiple things at once.
Yeah.
I have like the biggest issue, like the biggest problems. Like sometimes I'll be in a conversation. This was with my old work colleague. She used to sit right in front of me, and mid conversation, like I would already be like just looking at something else, and she's still talking because there's a wall. And then Nathan, I'm like, And it's like he started the convo, and then he disappears from it, like midway.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you already raised your point, so I thought that was the end of the convo. But she kept talking. I didn't realize that she was still talking. Like my mind shifts. Is that a guy thing or is that?
I think it's a guy thing. I think we have a smaller attention span.
Yeah.
Therefore, we can't really multitask.
I'm not aware I do it.
I do
That's
that
not even
well.
multitask. It's just like all right, cool.
But to multitask, you have to be able to focus.
But what are we
on
talking about?
things.
Like true multitasking, like just the ability to do multiple
driving
things
and
at
texting,
once.
like-
Because I can multitask, right? That's not an issue. I could do multiple things at once. But then for me personally, I'm more like a perfectionist. You know what I mean? So obviously, if I'm going to be doing multiple things, the quality shuts down for other things, but it doesn't mean that I can't do it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
So if you're looking at it from a perspective of like, let's say a
yeah.
chick doing multitasking, are they doing 100% of the same effort if they were going to focus on that task by itself? You know what I mean?
I think they can. Like when girls do.
For me,
that,
I have to do the best job that I can. I have to do that job.
100%.
Yeah, so that's like me. Yeah, like if I get
yeah.
into something, it's just like straight up tunnel vision.
Yeah.
You know what I
can't
mean?
even
And I
watch
get
a
in
TV
and I go
show
in.
and do whatever I'm doing on my laptop at the
Yeah,
same time.
'cause it
I just
fucks it.
like whatever I'm doing here is messed up, and I don't know what happened in the story of what I'm watching.
Yeah, it's just,
Right?
yeah.
I'm like, like that Black Mirror episode that we kept talking about, that second episode. I just kept telling you, nah, it was shit. It's like,
Which
you
one?
watch it
The
then.
bike one?
No, the second one on season
Yeah,
one.
the
Episode
bike
one.
one.
Oh yeah, my
The
bad.
bike
Yeah,
one.
and then and then Raf's like, oh, but you saw the end. It's like, oh wait, yeah, you're right. I wasn't really there watching. I was watching it, but I wasn't really watching it.
Yeah.
So it may have been a good episode.
Yeah.
But I was doing something at the same time.
It was alright. It was alright.
Yeah.
It's not.
I
It's
told
not.
you,
It's a good. It's not a great episode. Like in Black Mirror type of standards, there's always gonna be like a great episode.
Yeah. Well,
And then there's a good episode,
Yeah.
and then there's gonna be like a forgettable
That's
one.
my problem. I watched all the good episodes like
I
right at the start.
think all the episodes have good underlying
Meaning and stuff.
a good underlying meaning, like the content is great, but then when it becomes a good episode is when we're talking about like how the production is, the filming, and
how it's delivered.
and like you were saying, exactly how it's delivered, and like how you were saying the earlier episodes in the earlier seasons.
Yeah.
It's like this was like 4 years ago, so like, technology was a lot shitter back then. So the episodes, you can see that in the episodes if you watch something in season 4, like you were
Well,
saying.
that's my problem.
And
I binged all of season 4, and then I went back to the old ones. I'm like,
Yeah.
then,
it's like not
That's
as
a good
exciting.
point you raised. But like, have you ever seen a TV show that's probably in 2010? And then you notice the
shit.
quality is the quality. Back then it was
shit.
like, oh, this is amazing. But then
yeah.
the quality of the film or TV show doesn't compare to like now.
Game of Thrones, right? They've got like quadruple $1 million budgets now for the latest seasons. It's like almost, it's pretty much cinematic, right? Have you ever gone back to see it? I know you haven't watched it, bro. You gotta watch it.
I rewatched
You
the
watched
whole
the season 1, yeah? It looks so tacky,
tacky.
It's tacky as shit.
It's got that. It's got it.
I feel like you're watching like a really low budget trying to be.
And then
more
5
than what
years
it
from
is.
now, the latest one's gonna look tacky.
Yeah. Especially when you're looking at the White Walkers, like you see
It's like,
how fucked up it is.
Lame,
But I think like with that kind of like with entertainment, as soon as you're dealing with like CGI, you see the difference.
Oh yeah.
When you go back like 3 years, 4, like if you go back to like the other day, Predator was on and I was watching that, and there's no CGI in that shit. That's just straight up legit.
Yeah.
Predator's like it's a full fucking
It's
costume.
special effects.
And it looks
Yeah.
the same. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
the experience now today watching it was the same as fucking 20 years
Is that
ago.
because it brings you back though? Because it meant something to you back then? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's how I feel about Star Wars.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
but it's not one of those movies that you watch it now and you're like, oh, it's shit. The graphics were shit.
It
or
was
the
still
quality
good.
is shit. Like it was still end to end perfect, and ahead of its time. And
I like how you bring
this
this up. Jurassic Park. That's how I feel about
Exactly.
the first one. It's so good.
Exactly.
It's actually
That's
such
why
a
you
good
can't-
movie.
That's why you can't fuck with that shit.
Can't fuck,
you
it's
know what I
real,
mean?
like a robot.
Because
It's
it
a
is.
dinosaur. It's real.
a robot.
I think they had that little issue with changing Yoda into digital effects rather than
Yeah,
special.
I wasn't feeling it. I like the puppet
Yeah.
Yoda. Bring the
Yeah.
puppet Yoda.
And they
back.
brought him back on the Last Jedi. So
Yeah.
and then,
Did they?
Yeah, they brought him back. That was Puppet Jedi. Puppet Jedi.
The
Puppet
Last
Yoda.
Jedi.
As far as like,
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah.
I was saying because like I want to show because Maureen's never seen Avatar. You know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
James
yeah.
Cameron
The 3D
movie.
one, yeah.
And back when that came out, that was like the fucking shit, right? Like I saw that movie 2-3.
Well, that was the
2-3
first
times in the
3D
cinema.
movie that
yeah,
ever came
yeah,
out
yeah.
in the
That's
cinemas.
right.
It was the first 3D movie, yeah, that they
But
promoted.
she's never seen it before, and like I was like, oh fuck, like I'll download it, we'll watch it. But then I had this thought in the back of my head, like that was like 10 years ago.
It's probably shit now.
It's probably going to be shit now, or
Plus,
it won't have the same
3D
effect.
I think the 3D helped it back then because it was the first. We're like, whoa, kind of thing.
But like I remember watching that and thinking like, this is like,
gonna be
it's
so
so
good.
real,
Yeah.
So apparently
CGI is like to the
did you
next
and you watched
level.
it and you're like, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, well, like we haven't seen it yet, but it's circling at the back of my head, like fuck, this is
going
gonna
to
be
be
shit.
good.
And it's gonna be one of those movies, you try to G it up for someone, and you go fucking watch this.
Yeah, that's like me and Jumanji, huh? Sorry, bro. Watch it.
Hey,
I thought it was good. He thought it was
I've
bad.
got no
I didn't
expectations.
say it was bad. I said it wasn't as
Haters,
good
bro.
as what he said.
Haters, man.
Like, I was saying that was meh, and he was like, "Oh, this is the best movie of the last
up
quarter
there,
of
man. It's up
2017."
It's up there,
But
yo.
yeah.
It's up there.
I'm a bit skeptical about that. Like for me, I'm walking into it with no expectation.
Well, I walked in with zero expectation. We already discussed this in the last podcast.
Yeah, alright.
Give us your review, man, and we'll tell people. We'll have a little poll,
But yeah, I like in terms of quality stuff. I've been looking into modern TV shows and films, and then I've noticed how they have. If you look at it, you can notice what people might nitpick about it in the future, in terms of the quality. Like I've noticed, like that the quality is it's good now, but in the future you'll be able to see how bad it is. Not bad, as in like how fast technology is advancing.
Okay.
It's just like, say, what you call it? What's the last movie I saw? Probably like with digital effects. Probably like
Star
Last
Wars?
Jedi.
Or like
Probably Last Jedi.
Okay, yeah.
You will notice like the progression from The Last Jedi to the one before it.
What, Rogue One or the
No,
Force Awakens?
Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Probably I'm going chapter to chapter. Do you notice the difference in how fast like technology is advancing?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say?
What do you mean? Like in the movie, in the universe?
Like
In the
you're
movie, like, in the
referring
movie.
to like
Digital
the video
effects.
then compared to the latest release.
Yeah,
of
like
Star
you
Wars,
can notice
the
the
progression
difference,
from
progression of that.
Yeah.
And then next
And
Star
that's-
Wars is gonna have different effects.
Yeah,
because,
exactly.
like,
It's the same thing with Black Mirror, like what we were talking about,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
it's
kind of
true.
the
'Cause
reason
it's
why
got
you're
the
saying
gaps,
you
yeah.
fucked
like
up.
like it's not a,
going backwards and shit.
Yeah, I'm watching these like episodes from season 1 and 2. I'm like, yeah, it's alright. It ain't no season 4 though, but it's alright.
this year's movie is gonna be looking better than last year's movies.
Yeah.
That's how fast it's
That's
developing. Or even
So it's
faster,
gonna be
probably
real.
like last month's movie is gonna be better than this month's movies.
Well,
I mean,
that's the speed of everything. It's just how quick things are so like tangible these days.
Yeah.
Not tangible. I don't know the word, but like music, how in hot one day, out the next kind
Yeah.
of thing. It's just too quick. Attention spans are too low. Black
Yeah.
Mirror is not even really in our topic. Like I reckon, like how we keep talking about this. These are like time capsules of times of our lives. Like we're sharing these podcasts with friends and stuff. We're gonna go back to this and be like, remember Black Mirror? The fuck, man.
Yeah.
The fuck was that shit? Like,
It
can't
always-
believe we're so
like-
soaked up in that.
Yeah, as we get older, we tend to like things
Things are just gonna keep evolving,
changing.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that tripped me out with like CGI and shit now is they could literally do a whole movie or an episode or something without leaving a fucking green room. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
the things now that are real and tangible is just like props, like maybe a chair that they sit
Yeah.
on or something.
I don't like that, though.
And then
I
everything
miss the
else
efforts that they
is
put.
fake. Yeah, like
Well, yeah.
like
same,
a
yeah.
classic example, right? If you look at Thor, so if you just sort of YouTube the
Behind
making
the
of
scenes
Thor
and stuff.
It's all
Ragnarok,
green. It's all
right?
green, yeah.
It's all green.
It's all green. It
It's
looks
all green.
great, but it's all green.
But it's all fucking great. It's,
green,
fake,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
even like the costumes just doesn't look like it looks tacky. It looks
it
shit.
does.
But then, if at the same time, if you go Google, have you guys seen Steven Spielberg's Peter Pan? Hook.
I love that movie.
That's the fucking mad movie,
yeah,
right?
we raved on about it for
Well,
like a year.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh, bro,
Every time it comes
bro.
on, it's like fucking.
fucking
But like, if you Google the making of that,
so much more effort. The
they
costume design.
made a full set. Like the set
Yeah.
is what you see in the movie.
Well, what about
is
like
the actual
in
set.
like LA, that studio? They still have some of these sets from certain movies, and the detail in it, like that. You know that there's this train that it takes you through the Universal Studios.
Is that what you're talking about, the
train
tour
wreck?
that
The
we went
tour,
to?
yeah,
Yeah.
and it just looks like the plane crash one. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You-
The Tom Cruise, whatever the fuck it was.
They
Yeah.
present like
Right.
it's just like that effort. Now in this day and age, they're not going to go into that
Yeah,
effort of doing
'cause
that
it's all-
anymore.
it's all-
for a quick
yeah.
shot like that, and let's CGI that shit in
Yeah.
the background easier.
But then again, technology is advancing. Like even like normal movies that doesn't involve superheroes and stuff, they actually green screen or put in like an extra building just to make it look more fuller. Or like I'm trying to think of an example.
Does it look real, but
yeah, it looks like real. Like you wouldn't even notice it. Like,
well, that's why I brought it up, because I'll see these scenes and I'll think like, yeah, okay, that's real, that's fake, what blah 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 blah. But then you go see the making of it and it's all fucking fake. It's
really?
The entire screen's green. You know what I mean? And
shit.
I guess that kind of brings up what you brought up before. Like, let's say 3-4 years from now.
Yeah.
Will our eye be able to pick that shit out? You know, like we'll look at it and be like, "Nah, that's fake, fucking fake. That's shit." That because right now we're looking at it
because you know what you saw 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and the effects they had.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can notice how they.
And this is all like this is reality for us. You know what I mean? Like this is what we've been.
You reckon we're close? You know how they're bringing what's that called? Like Pokemon Go with the what's that technology called? With Pokemon Go, you can see the things through the screen.
Like just sort of like an interactive.
No, there's a word for it. Like that's the next thing. Like Apple's really big on it. Like you can put the screen up and you'll see things around. Do you think we're far off to like you put some glasses
360
on?
type of thing, yeah.
No, not even 360. Augmented reality, augmented or something. Augmented, some shit like that.
Yeah.
I think we're far off. Be like you put glasses on, and your house could just be like it's just different. It could be like a haunted house or like Silent Hill.
That's what I was saying.
Things get that real. It's like that Black Mirror episode.
It's exactly it comes back. It always comes
Black Mirror. They're like so ahead with thinking about this stuff.
As you guys can see, we're fucking into Black Mirror.
It's such a good show.
He sees it. It's like he's in a haunted house. It's all in his mind, but it's so real.
Yeah, when we were fishing, it's like and this is why I like the show so much, because it's technology that not necessarily exists yet, but we're not far off. We're not far off from it,
and it's believable.
It's literally it's
feasible and believable.
Yeah, if it's like full sci-fi, we wouldn't be as invested in the the series because
sex dolls. Ones that have personality. You download a bunch of memories from your phone, and it can just make it into a person. So that person, like you were saying, like if you're going for a chick, she's like, nah, I'm not interested. Like that's cool. I'm gonna just put your files in this doll, and we good, baby girl.
You know what sex dolls are? The current sex dolls are making the whole blow up dolls cool. Well, not cool as in like, you know, you look at a guy and he has a collection of blow up dolls. You'd be thinking that he's a mad creep.
Yeah.
But if you look at that same guy in the future now,
it's going mainstream, bro.
With
like
the sex dolls that they have
with the technology
that we've been hearing about, with the new technology, probably real skin and all that robot
and
type of thing that talks and shit. You wouldn't think he's a creep.
He's a creep.
I think
you just feel like he's decked out. Like he's
a rich creep. He's a rich creep.
Motherfucker's decked out.
No, this stuff is actually happening now. There's like I watched this like I think it was My Strange Addiction or something. One of those shows. It was a documentary, and it's in Japan, obviously. But anyway, like some people have actually replaced, like some guys that have gone through heartbreak. They buy these dolls, and they're actually in relationships with them. No, real.
Japan,
like they actually get married.
Is it blow ups or is it?
No, they look real
robots.
as well. They look quite real.
Robots.
They don't move or anything.
Yeah.
But they're actually married.
Yeah, in Asia, I don't know why.
They treat it like a thing.
Actually, I take that back.
If
you see a guy with a robot sex doll, I still think they're creepy.
That's some Norman Bates shit, man. That's psycho.
But you reckon it's gonna come to a point where it's gonna be natural?
Or basically what you're saying.
Well, a lot of things that are happening now, that we wouldn't. Online dating is a perfect example. That was like a weird thing back then. It's like, really? Like, it's like that's
you're
weird.
gonna stoop
online
that
dating,
low,
like,
that,
and now it's like
that's swipe.
Everyone's got an account. Everyone's doing it. Like, it's not weird.
It's standard now, normal.
So weird. Creepy things are turning into normal things.
It probably will. You know what I mean? Like in 50 years from now, that kind of technology, like a sex robot, will be. It's like it'll be associated with like a dildo. You know what I mean? Like it's just the it's just a toy. You know,
it's a walking dildo. Shit.
Like, wait, that brings up that question that I asked before. Is it considered cheating if you're like getting jiggy with a sex doll?
It's not considered cheating, but it's considered weird as fuck.
But when it's accepted, like it's
Not really.
normal.
Yeah, well, we in the
Alright,
world where it's
if
accepted.
if you're in a situation where it's like Black Mirror, where the thing has a personality
So that's the line. If it has a personality,
and a conscious,
feelings is
but
always
that didn't
the
have a
line.
conscious.
It's like no one
It's
has
like
a.
it just acted upon like what it knew
okay,
from the
yeah,
files.
from whatever is programmed.
Yeah, because even like at that episode later, it's like I just know what.
Yeah.
Because she asked him something. It's like that memory wasn't in the memories you put, so I don't remember that.
yeah, okay, yeah.
But
So
then you have to
all right,
think-
so
you
it
have
won't
to-
be cheating, but it'd be weird.
You have to think of it this
Weird
way.
as
You don't develop feelings for a dildo.
Yeah.
You want to be like, I love this dildo. I'm gonna marry this dildo, and I'm gonna cherish it for the
Unless
rest
you're
of
from
my life.
Japan.
Yeah. Hey,
But-
you know, like sound travels here quite well, right? Like
And then sex dolls.
everyone can hear this shit.
Sex dolls will probably be in the if it's in the norm, it's gonna be accessible to everyone. Then everyone has a choice to get a sex doll or not. And yeah, so I don't think it's considered as cheating.
Yeah.
Weird
But-
though, very weird.
Weird, but if
Yeah.
it's in the norm, it wouldn't be weird.
It's only a couple of
If it's
years
in the
time.
norm.
It's only yeah, that's gonna be a crazy place.
Well,
I
that's
don't
the
even think
thing.
we're-
That's like it's like there's a threshold. Things that weren't in the norm are starting to become.
yeah, maybe back in the day, everyone would be like dildos. What I mean, like, you shove some stuff and they vibrate.
dildos.
That's weird as fuck. That's creepy as. And now it's like,
Dildos
I don't
are
know if
the
it's the
future.
norm, but like, we're males, we don't deal with that shit. But, I don't know. But
I love that meme. Like I told you guys already, that meme of this like really thick doll. Like it's a pretty like the thick girls,
yeah,
thick thighs and
I
big.
saw that.
But there's a doll, and then like guys like whoa, oh damn son. Sorry ladies, be right back. We out for 2018. We'll come back 2019 or something.
it's crazy.
Always
Man.
like dudes be buying this doll anyway.
How do we get to this?
Yeah, my bad. It was that Black Mirror episode. So I was
Oh,
like
yeah.
sex doll.
Oh yeah,
but-
sex doll. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you,
Black
would you
Mirror.
consider it, or is this something?
Hey,
of a
like
problem?
that like in that girl situation, yeah, why not? Or
Yeah.
if you're single, fuck it.
Yeah, by like 4.
One for fucking every day of the week and shit.
Oh, that's 5. No, weekdays.
Weekdays.
You're
Fridays
crazy
we go out.
if you need to have a separate room just to put in your dolls.
That's creepy. That's Norman Bates styles. Psycho shit.
What's Norman Bates?
If
Well,
you have-
like just
if
psycho,
you leave
yeah.
a
No,
room
no,
separate,
no,
it's
no.
like
Oh, it doesn't really
this-
relate to Norman
This is
Bates.
my bedroom. This is my dining, my kitchen, my study, and this is where I keep my dolls.
Yeah.
Imagine you go into someone's house, like a mate, like a new person you've met, yeah?
Yeah.
Like a work colleague. Oh, come by mine. We'll have a few drinks.
everything's
It's like,
just
oh, be right
lined
back.
up.
I'm just gonna get changed. Oh, it's cool. You go for a snoop. Each room has a doll themed to that room. Bruh, I'm out. I'm out.
This is the 80s room.
yeah.
This is the Amazon room.
I would be out of there.
That guy must be single
Plot
as
twist.
fuck.
That's a Black Mirror episode right there. Imagine. Oh shit! This is an episode. Like he lures them to the houses,
and
like drugs them, and then you wake up and
Still
you're
like-
a doll, but your conscious is in the doll,
yeah, your consciousness.
and you're stuck
Yeah,
in that room.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
And that's where he puts them
Why would he put the conscious in the door?
because he wants to like he's a psycho. He wants to control you, but you can't move.
So you're like,
Your
saying like you
consciousness-
clone?
Maybe you get cloned and get put
Okay.
into a doll, and then all these people. You think he's just a freak that has a doll addiction, but then he's really capturing people.
I thought you were gonna say rapist because that's
It's
what he
yeah,
is.
technically a
It's
rapist.
rape.
Like
You do
no,
that
no,
too?
no, no, no. There's a Black Mirror episode. You know, there's people that trap people in in their houses, like imprisonment, and keep them there.
I haven't seen
That could be the
some.
ones that in
Oh,
real
just
life.
yeah,
In real
yeah,
life,
yeah, yeah.
this could be like a parallel.
That's a new way of raping, like as in like you're stealing their
Bruh.
consciousness. That yeah,
Ah, steal the
steal
consciousness.
the consciousness.
Modern day.
fucking captivity.
Captivity, yeah.
Man,
Just take your mind.
So
put it
Black
in
Mirror,
plastic.
I would trip.
just that's
If they
a
make
free
an episode.
idea.
Imagine
If,
they take
make
that
an
idea.
episode. Yeah, just send a
Netflix.
check.
They
To
got
us
us.
three,
And that was my idea, bro.
I'm taking it. It's my this is my setup.
This is my I own the camera. It's my rights. I got this. Yeah, that got real dark real quick.
No, that's
Anyway,
good.
I don't know where my mind went with that. I don't know why that went there.
Well, yeah. You missing the tennis or
Oh man, not really.
Tennis.
How's the
not
tennis score right now? Right now.
all right. When I left, Federer was winning like 5-1 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Can
So
I ask
it's-
that
it's
guy
really-
last week, the Korean dude who was versing? Did he quit?
I don't know
Oh.
because we were all at your house. So yeah, like so he retired injury, but
Like
I don't
forever?
know.
'Cause of
No.
Okay.
It was just in the match.
Ah.
Yeah, when they say
The
retire,
dude's young,
it's
man.
like,
He's
Oh,
he
I
retired.
thought like
from
you
the
like
match. He's only
I
like
thought that was it. He
22.
lost. I'm done with tennis.
He's
I was
only
like,
like 22.
Federer's so good, I'm gonna quit my career.
I thought he literally like called his retirement. Like I'm done with tennis
No,
because
just
I lost
a
against
match.
Federer. Okay.
But like this, like I can't like I don't know. It might be different now. I don't know what's going on. But like Federer is just is straight up dominating.
Just killing him.
Yeah,
Just
and like
no
and the
point.
other guy is like he's so nervous. He's not really hitting the balls correct. Like the guy is a good player, but
Federer's just too good now.
It's crazy how he's been dominating for so long,
yeah.
and he's pretty much the greatest of all time in tennis, right?
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's the
you'd
Michael
say
Jordan
so
of
in
tennis.
this era. And what's even crazier about I don't know, like if it's
I think it'd be like
if
the
it's
greatest
his
of all
day,
time.
if
man.
it's his day and age, you know what I mean? Like maybe people are just fucking eating healthier now. But then, like if you go back 20 years ago, the average athlete would be retiring by 31, 32. Like if
True.
you guys follow tennis, like Pete
How
Sampras, right?
How old's Federer?
Federer's like 36, 37.
Yeah,
you know what I
he's
mean?
still at
Like
it, yeah.
Pete Sampras retired at 32, I think, 32 years old. And if you watch matches on his last year of tennis, you know everyone's like, yeah, give it up, you know, like you're all blah blah blah.
Yeah, okay.
Same thing with like other athletes like boxers and all that
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But now it's different. You know, you've got fucking like Federer 36 still doing his thing, Mayweather fucking 38,
Yeah.
30 whatever ages is, you know, 50 and 0. You know what I
It's
mean?
the whole
like,
fitness wave, you reckon? Like,
Probably,
well,
I
like
don't know.
people
I don't think
are
it's a
living
fitness
longer.
wave. I
People
think,
are living longer these days too.
Yeah.
Everyone's finding like the science to tennis, the science trainers and all that. Everyone has a team, right? They're like technology is advancing so much.
Well, we can
that-
only evolve, you know.
Yeah,
We
it's
can't
evolving
realize,
so
yeah.
much that tennis players are able to last longer than their careers are more longer
Yeah.
than
Yeah, like
usually.
new
because-
ways to do training regimes and stuff. Like
Yeah.
even the science of food, maybe, and like
Yeah, that's what
you
I'm
know the
saying.
science.
Maybe
You know
it's
the science of
or
diet, of
something,
food and
because
stuff.
I think even just like in general, man, just the average
Lifespan. Or?
lifespan and
Longer.
just the development of people in general, it's like shifting forward a little bit. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like back in
yeah.
the day, a kid by 18 was like, I'm a fucking man now.
Yeah,
And then a
you're
kid
right.
at 18 is like, you're just a little kid.
like a little
you know
kid
what I mean?
still,
You're
yeah.
still fucking in puberty, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
You know, and it's
That's
not
very
really
true.
until like you hit 30s where it's like,
It's
okay,
like you got your mind right a bit more,
Yeah.
kind of thing, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
and
I don't know
also-
what it is. Maybe like too much technology.
Yeah,
too
is it
much-
like they're advancing
dumbing
with
it-
different ways?
We're a bit dumbed down when you think about it. With everything that gets to you too easy, it
Yeah.
sort of numbs you a bit. Think about it. Look,
Yeah.
few parallels you can see in our age group. Like just look at your parents even. For my dad to get to anywhere around Sydney roads or whatever, they'd pull out a directory, read it once,
Oh, like
and
what,
try to
old
remember
school-
that shit.
Old school map styles.
Old school map styles, and they'll find routes themselves.
Yeah. I can't do that
I
shit.
can't do that shit. I just GPS it.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember today, like we were driving to KFC or back to your house.
Yeah, yeah.
I missed the light. You called me. It's like, hey, you gonna be right? Yeah, I'm good. I got GPS. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I'll just meet you there.
Yeah,
Back then, you really had to like use your senses, man. for
in
a lot of
between
things.
that time and this time, you had to go to the website and print out the directions,
Print out the fucking directions.
and then someone
Even that
next to you
shit
would be
was like, I remember
And that
when
was
that
hard.
started happening. Like I was like, that's some next level shit. Because
Yeah.
you just go point A, point B, and it
So
prints
see, you just
everything
gotta
out.
follow
Turn
these
left,
instructions.
150 meters. Turn right,
Yeah.
200 meters, 5Ks, blah blah blah.
now someone's literally speaking to
things
you.
that it goes back to that whole that Wall-E thing that we we're talking about.
Yeah.
The more technology we have and things that get easy, it numbs our senses.
Yeah.
And then we just like it goes back to even just being social. People, I feel like people aren't very social these days. Like
Nah.
people don't know how to talk,
No.
have a proper conversation. It's great that we can do this kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
when we started this podcast, that's
Yeah.
what we wanted to get out of it. But we just look out there. In general, like that's why adults will always say everyone's just on their phones. No one
Yeah.
talks on the bus. No one. Before, imagine you strip away phones. Phones only came like when we were in high school, which wasn't really that long ago. Like
Yeah.
in general, in the scheme of our era or whatever.
Yeah.
Imagine if phones never came out. People love a lot more interaction.
the kind of-
something. I
yeah,
don't know. It'd be a
the kind of
different
life,
interaction.
yeah.
Like we'd be a bit behind in a
Yep.
few things,
Yeah.
but in a social setting,
You'd
Yeah.
look.
we'd know how to
obviously-
talk to people.
I think as humans, you know, we'd be looking at other distractions, probably even back to reading or whatever, like
Yeah.
paper, you know, tangible
Yeah,
things. sort
pros
of
and
thing.
cons.
But yeah, I think
So
you're
it-
definitely right, man. Like that technology, it numbs your senses,
Numbs the
and
senses.
that
It's
with
improved
that,
things,
it's
but
like
numbed us.
it halts your progression. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you stay younger for much, and I don't know, maybe that helps out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because we're not sort of exposed to all these stresses at such an early age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and then we just fucking we live longer. But
Maybe. Yeah.
I think it's either you're gonna be the person who's gonna adapt with the technology, or that technology is gonna
Control-
adapt to you
yeah,
and
you
control what
controls
you
you,
do.
yeah.
yeah. Because they're like,
It's
now with me,
It's
like,
technology advancing. Like it's if you adapt to it and adjust to it,
Yeah.
it's gonna make your life easier.
Make it healthy,
and then you'll
use
be
healthy
more
choices,
progressive.
yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Because like with me now, like I think I'm pretty tech savvy. Like I can pick up things pretty quickly. But like if I look at my nephew, for example,
Yeah.
and just see how he works with technology, it's like
The hell,
they've got
yeah.
a different sort
That's
of.
what they've been
you know what I
ingrained
mean?
with.
Like
They know that, yeah.
they pick it up so differently and like and quicker and even better than what
It'll
you
be
would
like that.
expect.
So you're gonna
It's like-
see it's gonna be the same patterns. Like sometimes I feel bad. Like I'm just get really impatient when my parents don't know something in a computer. Like how do you print or something, or how do you do this? I'm
yeah.
like, oh, it's so easy.
It'll be
but
like
one
us,
day it's gonna
but
be the
some
same
next
thing. The kids will be
level
like,
shit.
look, how do you not know how to do this?
Like
I'm
how do you
"Oh,
fucking
I
how do you
don't know."
block that person with your fucking
How do you block Eljay?
they teach you how to block. It's like, all right, then you use it on them. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. Technology, huh? Something else. Something
man.
else.
Well, you know, I'm all for technology advancing,
It's the way of the future.
but at the end of the day,
you can't
you just have to
deny
adapt to it.
It's the way the world is
Yeah.
going. It's just
Yeah.
how we adapt to it. But like you said, it's gonna be the end of us.
It will be the end
yeah.
of us.
Did you
The
guys
end of
talk
us.
about that last?
Not in this episode, just
No.
in general chit
General-
chat. It's gonna be the
I think
end
that
of
general
will
consensus
be.
within the cheat coders is that the way the world's going to end is technology is going to
Yeah.
be too advanced.
Yeah.
Robots
gonna
going
be
to take
running
over,
us, yeah.
and we're going
We'll
to
be
be
working for
turned
the
to
robots.
pet slaves, and then we're going to be extinct, and it's going to be
Just
all
like every movie says, well, like the Matrix.
yeah.
It'll be like even like Futurama. You know, with Future, have you guys watch Futurama where it's like
Sometimes.
the brains in the glass just running on like robots.
Yeah.
They're talking. It's like Cheatcoders
Oh,
20
man.
fucking 50. Just you two, your head's in a glass of water. Fucking, and the fucking mic and technology is just doing everything else
So
for you.
crazy.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah,
It's a scary thought,
yeah.
but looking forward to it. Especially with those
Cloning's
cars.
still happening, eh?
Cloning?
Is cloning a thing now? They're trying to get.
I know with animals they've like tested that shit. But
And it worked?
Yeah, yeah.
And they can reproduce that clone animals?
Yeah, like
Really?
Yeah, I was reading. I don't know. I forgot what it
They've
was, but like
cloned-
people were doing it with with their pets, right? Their dogs. You know, so
Wow.
then they would get it, and then boom, it's like you get the exact same replica. But even still, we're not far off from doing that on humans. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. This ain't, end of the day, it's just an
like
animal, just-
artificial pregnancies, where like they're sort of injecting the sperm into the embryo or
Yeah.
whatever. You know, like back in the day, that you'd sort of people would sort of view that as unnatural,
unethical, yeah,
unethical, rah, rah, rah. But it's just like it's so normal now. You know, like
Yeah, I don't know.
it's like-
that's weird.
there's no other way to
Can you
conceive.
choose if you want twins or not as well? Is that
I
an
don't
option now?
I don't know.
It will be an option.
Later
Like,
on,
I reckon it's possible.
Like in a fucking like a
You-
pamphlet.
It's going to be a pamphlet, and then
Oh,
you
You
get
want
to
a
choose.
boy, you want a girl,
Yeah,
you
choose
want
African
twins.
baby, Asian baby.
Just choose the race between like.
Well, they do that now, when they with
they?
the
Oh, yeah, just
sperm
get the right
doning and
sperm.
stuff.
Ah, yeah,
But
yeah,
if we want to go in
that's true.
deeper into that, like you get to choose the gender of the baby.
Yeah.
The
get to-
color her hair.
Oh shit! And then you
Ah.
can go in with like features, like, all right, I want my wife's nose, my husband. You know what I mean?
With like the
Go in
Sims.
like that.
Imagine
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's just customized. You guys like, hey, we're gonna like pretend you're the wife. We're gonna have a baby today. And you just go through like a little computer. Yeah, just
the
make a little
fucking
avatar.
music's
and say,
playing in
yeah,
the
yeah,
background,
that's it,
shit.
honey. Yeah, beep. Comes out in the glass
I wouldn't
bottle.
be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised. Nah, like, well, they'll just do all that shit and then fucking bang, put in a test tube and then inject it into the chick. And
Oh
then boom,
yeah, that's
there you
right.
go,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true.
It's
I don't know where I was going with that test.
dude.
Water bottle thing.
explodes, baby comes out like water and shit, like
It's really
shriveled
nasty.
up.
Oh, look at it.
Yeah.
It's just how we chose it.
I wouldn't be surprised, man, if
That's
something like
like-
that.
They started
happens.
cloning produce, eh?
Oh yeah,
pretty sure they've
yeah,
done that.
Food.
That's
Foods
messed up.
and
Back
stuff.
to
They
the
cloned
food
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel weird about that. Eating that. It's like not natural.
No, yeah, it's totally not natural because it's cloned.
So that's
Yeah.
But
that's
it
more
has-
like an American stuff, right? We don't got that problem.
Well, they I'm pretty sure they.
But even still, regardless, like all the chemicals
Yeah.
that they're putting in
Yeah.
everything that we eat, you know what I mean? Like, like fresh vegetables. By the time it comes to us, it's like it's not
Processed,
necessarily fresh.
really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's not like day one, boom, pick from the farm.
So you're
Next
better
day
off-
it's in Coles. Like there's a fucking process
as a yeah.
in between.
You're better
all
off
that
just
crap.
growing your own shit. Get your own livestock.
Yeah, if you know how to
bring
do
it
it.
back.
Yeah, everyone
Or
farms.
Livestock's
That's probably the best
bit
way to go.
extreme and shit.
Got a few cows in my backyard out of nowhere. Want some beef?
It's fresh, man. It's like those Chinese restaurants or something, and they have the
the aquariums.
the
with
aquariums,
fucking
and you
crabs.
choose
Oh,
which
that's
one you want.
fresh, yeah.
Lobsters.
That's
and
cool.
shit. Yeah, that's fresh.
That's alright. That's alright.
You reckon they're gonna take it up a notch and have a farm, and then you get to choose?
Slaughterhouse. That's messed up.
It is messed up.
That's messed up. That's Philippine style.
Is it?
Kinda. Yeah, you
They
just
do
go to the
that
shop
there?
and you come back with like a live pig. And-
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
They just start
Asians,
beating.
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
chickens
deal
and
with
stuff like
Yeah, and
that,
they just
they do
kill
that
it, and then
shit.
it's like, yep, dinner's served.
Yeah.
Live like an hour ago.
Yeah,
It's messed up.
build a connection with it.
Yeah, you build a connection. You're like, oh, it's
Would you? All right. Would you? Obviously, we all love our meat, right?
Yeah.
But if you're in that situation, so you sat down at the dinner table, they came out with a chicken, live chicken,
yeah.
and was like, "You want this one?" They're showing you a lineup, right? Fat chicken, small chicken, big,
Yeah.
whatever, and you picked one, and they took it out back, killed it. Would you eat it?
Well, that's what happened to me in the Philippines.
Okay.
The pig they
Did
brought
you eat
home-
it?
I don't remember if I did. I remember I was really upset because the pig died.
Because there would be that emotional
Connection, yeah. You saw
connection
it.
to it.
And you,
that's
you
sort of-
know, like, it came from that as well. Like, it's...
But then if they brought it out and it was like, it lost all association of it being a living being, so it was fucking battered and
It was a dead
flour. No, like they,
Oh,
they
yeah, it
you
was
know,
already
they
cooked, yeah.
exactly. They plucked it, they skinned it, they battered it, they fried
Oh,
it.
yeah, I
Came
did,
out
yeah. I did see
as
it.
you know,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I know a couple of people like
yeah.
a couple of people that I know like they wouldn't eat anything that they've seen as a whole, like it's cooked as a whole. Like
Oh,
fish, seen,
yeah.
if they've seen the fish as a whole, they like it all skinned
Like
up.
you don't see
and
it.
you don't even
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
it
you see
is.
it as a piece, as a piece.
It's like,
So
oh, this
it's
is a
like
piece
the
of
same
chicken.
thing when you have
Well, like
the,
in a lechon,
when
like you have the whole
the
head.
Yeah, you have the
and
whole head, the whole
and
thing.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
well,
people-
Like
to me
I
it's
tend
like
to like not go close to the head.
The head,
Like
yeah.
I don't want to get any of the ear. Like even the neck when it's
Yeah,
a bit.
but you
close
still
to the
eat
head.
it, though,
I'll
like,
eat
yeah.
anything in the middle. I just
Yeah.
go in on that. Like
Yeah.
when I was a kid, like that was sort of that mentality
Yeah,
that
that
I had,
mentality,
and
yeah.
like, it kind of is the same. Even when you're pulling the meat from the pig, it's just
Yeah, it's a bit
there's
nasty.
something that just doesn't feel right about it.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? When
there's
you
a
see the
whole-
whole thing, but
yeah, yeah.
you still eat it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That was it. That's like some of those sort of concepts was what was interesting about that. What the health
Have you seen
directory,
What
you
the
know what I
Hell?
mean?
I haven't
it's,
seen What the Hell.
It's
What-
alright.
what's this? What the hell?
It's on Netflix. What the Health?
Yeah.
They kind of like I think the whole thing of it with What the Health is every time someone's seen it, they get put off with
eating meat.
eating meat
yeah.
and they turn vegan or something.
Basically, it's a documentary made specifically by vegans. You know what I mean?
Okay,
And
yeah.
and it's just them hitting hard with facts and studies and with how saying
These aren't the same
meat-
guys that like are in the middle of the city with the screens and the masks on. Do you see those guys?
nah.
They're promoting like how the
Okay.
animals are treated.
Nah, but it's
It's similar. I guess it's
I guess
similar
it's
goal
similar,
that
yeah,
they have
same
as
sort of
well.
concept, same agenda.
Same agenda. Yeah.
But it's an interesting documentary. Like it definitely makes you think about healthy eating, not just in the sense of not eating meat, but just being healthy
In general, yeah.
And it's like sort of what I was talking about, like the amount of chemicals that they put in your foods and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's a show and it's fucking biased as fuck. And there's a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
would
things
be,
that
yeah.
you could call out, just like this guy's a fucking idiot, blah blah blah. Like it's not something to take to heart. But like I liked it, man. It's a good show. Definitely watch it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Check it out.
Netflix, eh?
Nats comes back. He's just vegan.
Yeah,
Vegan
I ain't
nuts.
touching that
I ain't
shit
touching that
anymore. But they
shit.
go in, man. They talk about eggs, like even milk and
Really?
all that shit. Like just like something like simple, you know, like don't touch it, don't do it. It's linked to this, blah blah blah. But like I was saying, they made like absurd comparisons. Like they were, one of the ones that came up was like eating 1 egg a day is the equivalent of smoking 4 cigarettes. You know, like that's a
Hell?
bit extreme. You know
Cholesterol
what I
wise,
mean?
maybe or something. It's
Just
weird.
health wise,
Health-wise,
you know.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a bit. Vegans, huh?
Yeah, they fucking go in, man. That's why I felt bad with that when that puffer fish was like bleeding out of his fucking mouth.
Yeah,
I'm just
funny.
looking at
LJ
everyone.
caught a pufferfish today. It was like pretty.
I think
it's
that was
probably
the
the
biggest
biggest
pufferfish.
pufferfish I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a decent
Best
size.
catch
I
of
felt
the
good,
year.
man. Like I
It felt good.
had a dry spell for about 2 years catching fish. So
2 years.
probably, bro.
Pretty sure it
You
wouldn't
didn't
be
catch
2
one
years.
fish last year.
I caught a shark. I caught a Port Jackson.
That's a catch. That's something.
Yeah, but like I need like a legit. Everything I catch is always fucking sharks, eels.
That's awesome.
Like,
You caught a fish, and that's his birthday. He caught a fish on the beach. Before I caught the shark.
yeah, that was last year,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah. That
Oh, well,
was
this
about
year's
Then,
only
yeah.
started.
So your
Maybe a
2-year
month.
thing
You're
is
good.
a lie.
Alright, man,
to
not
your-
necessarily a
back
lie,
to your
but
point.
you know, there's been a dry spell. Back to the point.
It felt like 2 years.
It felt good catching that puffer fish, man, and you know, if it wasn't for the spines, probably would have eaten that motherfucker. But yeah, like when I put him back, he was like, because the fish swallowed the hook, so he was like bleeding out of his lungs, and then
That's nasty fish.
Cough-
you know, like
coughed-
yeah,
it
he
literally
was
coughed
coughing.
out the-
Yeah, and
the
I've
blood.
never seen
Did it
that
die?
shit before.
It didn't die, it
just-
swam
he
out.
swam
Oh,
on,
swam out.
but he's probably dead now.
But like, yeah, he's
coughed
leaving
up a
a
lot
trail
of
of blood, and
yeah,
the next
like,
shark
it
that
looked
finds him will
pretty
eat him.
graphic, man. So I was like looking around, like there's
The
no
funniest-
vegans here,
The
right?
funniest thing was people was actually
no
watching you.
Yeah, there's a heap of people came up and like, sir, there's no vegans. I'm sorry.
You had the audience and everything.
I know because it was mainly like the Asian dudes and stuff.
Yeah.
I reckon they were like, "Oh, you ain't gonna check it? I'll take it." I was
Yeah,
like, "Damn,
yeah.
I can make
Give it
something
to
out
me.
of
You see
that."
someone with a net trying to get it.
Maybe that's where it went. Like I didn't see it sink. That's why. Maybe it's like,
It swam down.
They just scoop it up, put it in the bag. I reckon they fucking they put those other fish that they caught in the bag. Those little baby.
Right, definitely.
bastards.
Yeah, 100%.
To all the
Classic.
people who fish out there, make sure you get the legal size.
Legal limit.
Take bag what you can legally, and you know we always promote that
You know?
stuff
Yeah.
because like we
Bring
want
a ruler.
Yeah,
Use your phone. Google that shit. Measure it. If it's right,
the laws
keep
are
it.
there to keep the ecosystem healthy.
It's right. Ecosystem.
And then
Ecos.
if you
Some
take
big words.
anything undersized, then
Ecosystem.
you won't be able to fish again in the future, or your
Exactly.
kids won't be able to fish again. You know.
Yeah. Think about the kids.
Yeah, think
Yeah.
about the kids, yo. This is what the fish.
This is what the fish.
What the
Yeah,
fish,
it's fucked
guys.
up because you keep taking the little fish, and then I go out there and I have 12-hour dry spells and catch a shit because all the
Proper
little
fish.
fish have been fucking taken away.
And I haven't turned into bigger fish. And it's a
It's
big,
a cycle, man. It's sad times, yo. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, let me
Time is it?
all right, I gotta go, guys. I got a job to attend.
Yeah.
I'm-
All right. Thanks, boys. It was good.
Yeah, yeah. Good times.
Definitely
Alright.
not the last time we'll have you on
Yeah,
the
there was a
show.
lot of things. Like I did have a lot of topics I wanted to talk about, but yeah.
Hey,
I
we
guess
can
just went into a
we
tangent.
can like next season we'll do
Yeah.
a reunion episode. You know what? I had the microphone backwards for like half.
Oh shit.
But you did when
It doesn't
I did
make a
this when you made the
difference,
mic
does it?
check.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
But then
So
I
it should
saw
be-
it and I was like, oh shit. You're gonna see it when you replay the video. Like literally, there's a moment you guys are talking. I was like. Like I didn't do that exact. You'll see it.
Well,
Like,
the
I
mic
tried to
check, we
keep it
had
out.
your voice on the mic check, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll work, bro.
Alright, so behind the scenes talk over.
Sorry, my bad. Cut that.
Here's
shit.
the rapper, I'm the videographer. Here's our mate who's an IT guy. If you need some IT stuff,
raps
talk to
too,
him.
though.
And he raps as well. And this has been an episode
We all rap
of...
here.
Actually, where can they find you?
That's blazing.
Mr. Raf Flores.
L to the J.
Is that your Instagram?
I don't know my Instagram. Alright, look, if you want to find me on Instagram, just look at one of these boys' posts. There'll be a tag like here or there or somewhere. I don't fucking know.
We'll see you next
Start calling
episode,
out
guys.
names L to the
This
J.
has been the
Yeah,
episode
QB.
of the Cheatcoders. Take care.
Yeah, I don't know if that.
It might have made a
Can you check? Like, get the headphones?